boards cover the windows of the house where we used to live.
Shutters and boards cover the windows of the house where we used to live. All I have left is a heart full of sorrow, since she said she'd never forgive. The house that we built was once filled with laughter, but I changed that laughter to tears. And now I live in a world without sunshine. Oh, how I wish you were here. Shutters and boards cover the windows of the house where we used to live.
As a member of the Audie Murphy Club for over 14 years, I'd have to say this is probably one of the most special and professional ceremonies I've been involved or seen. So my Stetson goes off to you, Sergeant Major Lopez, and your battalion for a great job. The original Sergeant Audie Murphy Club was started at Fort Hood, Texas in early 1986. There were several key people at Fort Hood, officers, enlisted, civil service, and even clean civilians who were instrumental in getting this club up and running. Leading the effort was Lieutenant General Crosby Saint, then the 3rd Corps Commander, and his Command Sergeant Major George L. Hoover. 3rd Corps Awards Clerk Gene Crisp, who went on to an assignment as a Test Command Experimentation Command Awards Clerk, and Don Moore, a clean artist who assisted in designing the logo and club awards. In 1991, then 3rd Corps Commander Lieutenant General Pete Taylor, Command Sergeant Major Richard B. Caton expanded Fort Hood Installation Club to all of 3rd Corps. This included Fort Riley, Kansas, Fort Seals, Oklahoma, Fort Bliss, Texas, Fort Polk, Louisiana, and Fort Carson, Colorado. In 1993, Command Sergeant Major Caton was voted into the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club by membership and then became the ForceCom Command Sergeant Major. Soon after, the club became ForceCom Command, including the Reserves, National Guard, and in 1994, at a Sergeant Major of the Army Conference, the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club spread Army-wide to all commands with installations retaining the selection process for their own NCOs. In 1998, it was estimated that the club membership was over 3,000 soldiers and was steady increasing.
Sponsors, present your candidates.
I, Corporal Samuel Laws, introduce to you my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Troy Barnes. He is a 12 Bravo combat engineer who hails from Hope Mills, North Carolina. He has inspired me to one day lead as he has led our platoon. His discipline and standards are what make our battalion where I want to stay. Staff Sergeant Barnes has taught me to be a leader, not just a non-commissioned officer. A non-commissioned officer gives orders, but a leader inspires those around them. Staff Sergeant Barnes has shown me that accomplishment of the mission and the welfare of soldiers also include the soldier's family and community. Staff Sergeant Barnes has inspired me to not just be successful in my military career, but to set aside time for family and to give back to the community. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Troy Barnes.
I, Sergeant Bo Donovan, introduce Sergeant First Class Jason Peck to the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club. Sergeant First Class Peck, originally from Burke, New York, married to Samantha Peck and has one son, Joe, better known as Little Man. Sergeant First Class Peck entered into the Army in 1993 as a 19-kilo armored crewman. He has held many titles in his career to include Drill Sergeant, Platoon Sergeant, and currently First Sergeant for Delta Company 25 CAV. This inductee has taught not only me, but countless others, the values of the Army and has mentored all of his soldiers, past and present, in all aspects of work and life. When asked what does the inductee mean to me, I had to take several moments to convey what I truly think of Sergeant First Class Peck.
So I turned to my peers and the soldiers that he has led and asked the same question. There was one thing that was similar to not only the soldiers who worked with him for years, or those who only worked with him for a short time: respect. Sergeant First Class Peck has not only earned our respect at work, but on a personal level as well, by becoming involved in his soldiers' lives inside and outside of the Army. By doing this, Sergeant First Class Peck has inspired me to become an even better leader and a better person. Loyalty, discipline, professionalism, and caring all appear on the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club crest, and Sergeant First Class Peck embodies all of these. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Sergeant First Class Jason Peck.
Upon my first meeting with Staff Sergeant Thomas in 2010, I knew he was the type of leader I would one day want to be. A leader with the patience and determination to take a prior EOD soldier and turn him into a Bradley gunner who could fire a first-time go with a distinguished score. Staff Sergeant Thomas's tactical and technical knowledge are within the highest keeping of the Army standards. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Luke Thomas.
I, PFC Dan Mendoza, introduce to you my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Sergeant First Class Carlos Evans, 19 Delta Cavalry Scout. He has been a constant figure in my development as a young cavalryman. He always leads from the front, whether it's in the outstanding training he coordinates or during combat operations. During Operation New Dawn, Sergeant First Class Evans managed to keep all of us motivated by ensuring that we all had ample time to rest in between missions on our hectic mission schedule, without any regard for his own time, the mark of a true selfless leader. Sergeant First Class Evans always displayed loyalty, caring, discipline, professionalism in all day-to-day activities. He ensured that we completed our missions effectively and never allowed complacency to set in. He spent countless hours training us on our basic soldiering skills and MOS knowledge to ensure that we follow in his footsteps. Sergeant First Class Evans was also my senior cavalry instructor during my 19 Delta training at Fort Knox, Kentucky, where he informed me he would be reassigned to Fort Hood, but with no doubt going up to summer. 2 months after my graduation, I was once again under his leadership as promised. I could not have wished for a better leader, coach, and mentor to set me on a path in the
I, Specialist Michael Miller, introduce to you my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Zachary Dispinette from Pittsburgh, North Carolina. Staff Sergeant Dispinette has shown me what it takes to be a leader, how to better myself as a soldier and as a person. Staff Sergeant Dispinette keeps our platoon combat ready, physically and mentally, by being out with the soldiers every morning for PT, through the day until the last soldier has gone home. During daily activities in the aid station, Staff Sergeant Dispinette is always ready and willing to teach what is right and wrong to our level of patient care. Showing courage and selfless service to the Army, Staff Sergeant Dispinette has earned a Bronze Star with Valor and named 2010 USO Soldier of the Year. Afterwards, he held himself to a higher standard. He asked for nothing less from his soldiers and takes the time in order to show us how to get there. When he was going for the Sergeant Audie Murphy Award, I knew without a doubt he would succeed. Staff Sergeant Dispinette is an inspiration to me, and I'm honored to have him as a leader and to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Zachary Dispinette.
I, Specialist Benjamin Kirsten, introduce to you my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Frank Robbins, an 11 Bravo infantryman who hails from Eddy, Texas. Staff Sergeant Robbins challenges me to push the limits of my abilities and to strive for excellence. By setting the example, he inspires me to go above and beyond, no matter the task at hand. When I competed in the 2-5 Soldier of the Month Award, he put all personal matters aside and spent his off time preparing me to succeed. Because of his self-sacrifice and expert advisory skills, I was awarded Soldier of the Month, an experience that has made me a more technically and tactically proficient soldier. Like Sergeant Audie Murphy, he dedicates himself wholly to the mission, seeing it through that extra step. His soldiers are always the main focus of concern, even while carrying out the commander's intent. As he has taught me, there is a lesson to be learned from every experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Frank Robbins.
Staff Sergeant Phillips represents everything that is excellent about the NCO Corps and is an inspiration to me. Not only does Staff Sergeant Phillips know the Army standards and live them, but is always sure to uphold them, and often his past as a drill sergeant as a parent. When I first met him, I was wearing one of those 550 Corps bracelets that are popular among soldiers. Staff Sergeant Phillips immediately corrected me, saying, "Corporal Ellison, are you aware that that bracelet is unauthorized according to AR 670-1? He then proceeded to produce the regulation from his pocket and show me the only authorized items. From that moment on, I knew being an NCO was very important to him. Since receiving my stripes, Staff Sergeant Phillips has mentored me, trained me, and molded me into the NCO I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet my Sergeant Audie Murphy, Staff Sergeant Benjamin Phillips.